Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Braden Falls.
And I'm Kaylee Peak. It is National Frankenstein Friday. It is held on the last Friday of October. Frankenstein was written by author Mary Shelley. The story of Frankenstein originates from the 1800s and is still one of the best-known horror characters of all time. The world has created more than 60 movies and short films in his honor.
The Bradley Film Festival is an open competition for all student filmmakers in high school. To enter a project, please make sure the entry is completed and meets time limit criteria. To enter more than one film or video, please use separate copies of the form online at www.bradleyfilmfestival.com. Submitted projects will be screened during the 13th Annual Bradley Film Festival that will be taking place on Friday, November 22nd, 2019. The BFF award ceremony will be following the screening. BFF categories are such as follows: public service announcement, short feature film, 30-second comedy short, commercial advertisement, documentary, news story, lip-dub music video, comedy short, stop-motion video. For more info, please go online to bradleyfilmfestival.com.
Drama Central is proud to present Annie the Musical. The show opened last night and it was a success. If you happen to miss it, no worries. There are 7 more opportunities to see this fantastic show. With the catchiest songs, most impressive choreography, and a very talented cast, you're sure to love this one.
EU ambassadors have agreed on the principle of granting Britain's request for another extension to the Brexit deadline, but have yet to decide on the length of the new delay. Johnston on Thursday said he would give Parliament additional time to debate this EU withdrawal agreement. Dane Abbott, the Labour Party's spokeswoman on domestic affairs, says her party won't vote for the election until government guarantees there will be a no-deal Brexit, because Labour doesn't trust Johnson. EU ambassadors are meeting in Brussels to discuss what kind of extension Brexit deadline they would want to propose to Britain. This is a large consensus from 27 ambassadors to delay Britain's scheduled October 31st departure from the bloc after British Prime Minister Boris Johnson sealed a new deal with EU. Have yet to agree on the length of the extension. It remains unclear if the announcements will be made before next week.
Milwaukee police are on the hunt for a driver who ran through an intersection Thursday, hitting 3 children and killing one of them. According to ABC News, the children ages 4, 6, and 10 were crossing the street at 5:30 p.m. when the driver sped through a red light, striking the children and causing a multi-car crash. While the 6-year-old was killed, the 10-year-old and 4-year-old were rushed to the hospital for serious medical treatment. The driver kept going, but police described the vehicle as a gray 2000-2009 Saturn Aurora with tinted windows and front-end damage. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Milwaukee Police Department at 414-935-7360.
A man has been accused of attempting to drown his wife in their backyard pond. Scottsbluff County Court records a 44-year-old Christopher Knaub is charged with attempted murder, 1 misdemeanor count of a domestic assault, and 2 felony counts of assault. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for Wednesday. Knaub has already been pleaded not guilty to domestic assault. The charges were filed after Knaub's wife told officers he had been beaten and kicked her and hit her with a chair after she tried to keep him from driving drunk. She also reported other beatings. She said she tried to come down there once before a month earlier, but a neighbor intervened.
Officials have opened a criminal investigation after a circus bear attacked and injured his trainer during a performance at a Russian circus show. Video of the attack shows the bear pushing a wheelbarrow while walking on its hind legs, then attacking the trainer, biting him, and forcing him to the floor. A witness says the bear ventured into the audience before being subdued with an electric shock. There were no barriers between the circus ring and the audience. The investigative committee has opened the criminal investigation on charges of providing unsafe services.
What would you do if you opened the hood of your car and found over 200 walnuts? Holly Piersick from Pittsburgh was driving the car when she noticed it acting up. She called her husband and told him the car smelled like it was burning and it was making an unnatural noise. When they investigated for the root of the problem, they found roasted walnuts. Over the weekend, squirrels had packed in their hood with walnuts and grass. Husband Chris Persick said they were everywhere, under the battery, near the radiator. The walnuts in the engine block were black and smelled like they were definitely roasting. They spent an hour cleaning out the hood of the car. The couple found humor out of the nutty situation. Reporters, there is definitely an angry squirrel wife right now wondering where all the nuts went. Let's send it over to Caleb Pearson from Film Fridays.
Hello there, viewers. I'm Caleb Pearson with this week's Film Friday. I'm here to cover your latest updates and more for cinematic releases. Sadly, there isn't anything notable left for the month of October. Most major releases are being saved until this November. Terminator Dark Fate and The Irishman will be releasing on the 1st of November, along with a few other films, which is less than a week away. Plenty of other films with quite the bit of hype around them will make their ways to cinema next month, but I'll have to save that for next time. And lastly, since it's the spooky month of October, I would like to make a note that the horror franchise Saw turns 15 years old this Tuesday. I'm Caleb Pearson with Vox News Today. That's all I have for this week. Let's send it over to Jared Elliott with your good news you could use.
Today in good news you can use, an Uber driver goes above and beyond for distressed new mom. According to Good News Network, Nicole's son, John Henry, was born last month with a life-threatening disease. Nicole and her husband searched from their home in Missouri all the way across the United States for a doctor who could help their son. They finally found the best doctor for this condition at Johns Hopkins All Children's in St. Pittsburgh, Florida. Nicole traveled over 1,000 miles to give her newborn a fighting chance. After John Henry was in the capable hands of the NICU staff, Nicole called an Uber, alone and overwhelmed, to take her to a clothing store to buy clothes for her son. Upon entering the Uber, Nicole couldn't help but to vent her heartbreaking situation to the driver. Belinda told WFLA in an interview she was in tears and a couple of times, and I really felt for her. Rather than simply dropping Nicole off at the store, Belinda parked the car and insisted on accompanying her passenger into the store so she could treat John Henry to a whole new wardrobe. Nicole remembered the moment, saying, "For this stranger to go completely out of her way to stop what she was doing and come shop with me for hours was just incredible." I'm Jared Elliott with Vox News. Back to the studio.
And we're sending it over to Lane's weather today. What you got for us, Lane?
Well, Braden, taking a look at our local radar, you can see most of it's green. That's because we have a lot of rain that is going to be hitting us over the next couple days. You can see right now, pretty much all of Tennessee covered in rain right now. No clear spots except for the little spot right next to my head here, but that is soon going to get covered with rain as well. And that's all I have for that. Let's go ahead and look at our daily weather. We can see that right now we have rain, and it looks like Saturday will also have rain, and 57 degrees, very chilly out right now. Make sure you wear your rain jackets and try to stay warm. Looks like Sunday we will also have, will be partly cloudy, no rain there. But moving on to our national radar, we can see that, guess what, we have a lot more rain when it gets pulled up. But yeah, there it is. Thank you, Connor. We have a lot, we're mostly clear, but in the southeast we have a lot of rain around that area. And that's the same rain that's hitting Tennessee right now. We also have a little bit of rain up in the northeast around New York and Vermont in that area. But other than that, we're looking mostly clear. Things are really heating up in California as wildfires are tearing through the state. An estimated 9 wildfires have been making way through California, and they started in the north and have also started in the south. Electricity has been reported out in over 180,000 homes. Thankfully, there are no reports of injuries or deaths, but over 100,000 people have had to evacuate their homes. That's all I have for weather. Aaron, what do you got for us on sports?
Well, we got Bradley Sports and more after this break. Battery right now. Let's take a look at the World Series. Starting off, we got the Nationals and the Astros. There wasn't a game yesterday, but there is a game today. But the last game is on October 30th. Let's go on to the Bradley game. I wasn't there, but I heard there was a major comeback, and I can't help to say, but I called it. I knew we were going to win. 49-35. That's all for me. Let's send it to school announcements right now.
Let's take a look at your school announcements.
The entrepreneurship class is now selling BC Nation wristbands for $1. Today is the last day to get one, and they can be bought in the cafeteria.
We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can check us out on Facebook at WTNB and, of course, at VoxNews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
We are Vox, the voice of Bradley Central.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always, God bless and go Bears.